Welcome in, race fans. This is Jason, First Gear Network, bringing you live coverage of First Gear Racing Craftsman Truck Series. This is week 20 of the season. This is we are into the playoffs. We're in the round of 10, race number 2 out of 3 here at Bristol Motor Speedway. So far tonight, we've got 10 drivers registered for tonight's race. We've got just halfway through practice so far. We are scheduled for 200 laps tonight. The sun is setting. Maybe the truck will tighten up a little bit, we hope, because it has been super slippery for some of these guys tonight. So far, checking over the standings, Alex Fuller is our fastest on track. 14.58 second lap. Just super fast here. Todd Smith pretty close by at a 14.61 in second. Nolan in the 84, 14.62. Michael Kennedy's in fourth at 14.67. Trevor Benz at 14.68. Then you got Andrew Groves, Edwin James, Brendan Decker, Mark Allett, and Jared Van Sluten to round out the top 10 so far of the 10 that we have in the field. For that. Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, as practice is going, we still have just under 27 minutes left of practice. These drivers trying to figure out what these trucks are going to do in the long run. Seems very early on, like these qualifying runs we've been watching so far tonight, trucks have been super loose right off the bat. And we've seen a lot of slipping and sliding. So waiting to see if the track conditions get better as we get more rubber down on the track, as more laps get run, and as the temperatures drop a little bit. Hopefully the track will tighten up a little bit. But
pit party, meet me at the end of pit road for a pit party.
Speed, so should be an interesting evening. Riding along here with Nolan in the 84 truck. He's currently P3 on the speed charts. Looks like he's trying to work on that longer run speed. Oh man, but the truck still just... These guys are having major issues with grip. Oh! There's the 66 up on his side.
Rolled up on its side.
That was a nice little fancy trick there. 66 or 99, I couldn't tell. You were on your side.
Last call for a pit party, last call for the pit party.
Trevor Benz calling out a pit party here. So while they're getting that thing lined up, let's go over some details for tonight's race. Alright, here at Bristol, this is again round 20
with clear the black
of the
get
season.
Double file, stay lower on the track in case anybody else is on the track.
Track temp's 82 degrees right now. Ambient temperature is 76 with a 71% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and a 9-mile-an-hour wind. We are scheduled for 200 laps tonight. We have stage breaks at lap 65 and lap 130 tonight. So 50 laps shorter than when we came here earlier in the season.
3, 2, 1, go.
So I don't think it'll be like a... I mean, 50 laps shorter just means there's less time if you have trouble middle of the race, later in the race, to try to get back to the front maybe. But with the smaller field, may not change things too much. So we can see there is a mess behind. 43 goes for a ride in this pit party. It's going to be so hard to get these trucks manageable early on these tire runs, so I have a feeling they're going to have to do some more pit parties. And once it kicks off the track map, and there we go. All right, let's review point standings for everybody. So currently, right now, Joseph Klein and Todd Smith are tied for the points lead after last week's race at Darlington. Andrew Groves and Nolan Milnes are tied for third, and they are both just 1 point behind for the points lead. Another 9 points off the lead would be Michael Kennedy in fifth. Alex Fuller is 10 points off the lead in sixth. Brendan Decker is in seventh, 27 back. Edwin James is in eighth, 30 back of the lead, and he only has 1 point over Mark Owlett for the bubble spot. Edwin is on that last spot to get locked into the round of 8. Mark and Trevor are outside looking in, but not by much. Mark is 1 point off of the bubble, and Trevor is 6 points off of the bubble. So as I am just double checking, I think I have everybody here tonight except for Joseph, which we know he is moving, and so he's not going to be able to make it tonight. So that is going to shake things up just a little bit with how tight the points are. But we do have another round next week, so hopefully Joseph can get back on track next week and maybe still have a shot at making it and advancing to the next round. But very tight playoff field. So Darlington kind of opened things up a little bit with some trucks having issues. But still going to have our hands full, I feel like, with racing here at Bristol. And then next week we go to New Hampshire to round out the round of 10 for a elimination race. So flat track, could be some beating and banging as our drivers on the playoff cut line maybe battle to advance. So we'll see how that works out. Right along with Alex Fuller, who's finding even more speed the longer this practice goes and the cooler the track gets. His truck is getting faster and faster. He's down to a 14.55 second lap. Hey, Joseph. Good to see you in the chat, brother. Sorry you can't be here tonight. But good to see you've made it to East Texas so far. Oh, I feel you. I know you want to be so bad. Certainly be in Bristol. We're missing you tonight on track. Hopefully everything's going okay with the move. P2 on the speed charts. 29. Michael Kennedy's gotten up to a 14.58. Just 300ths off the pace of Alex Fuller, fastest lap. So we've seen the speed. These trucks are starting to find it.
I'm trying to get out of it.
Just under 18 minutes left to practice. Again, we're at 11 drivers now registered for the race. Justin Lind has joined in here recently, and he is in a Ford. Just gonna wait for him to come out on track so I can get cameras adjusted for a Ford truck here for a camera. Truck. Guess he has. Alright, let's switch to the roof cam. Just pardon me for a second while I get these numbers put in. That way we will be good to go. Just comes out and feels how loose it is right off the bat. Tires get angry really quick. First couple laps really takes a bit to get these trucks comfortable. Checking with Todd Smith, still 14.61 is his fastest lap, ran a little while ago. He's finally logged over 100 laps in practice so far, along with Alex Fuller has as well at 112, and Mark Owlett's at 102 completed as well. Todd's at 104, completing 105 now. So there's 3 drivers that have gotten over it. Michael Kennedy is at 99, so he's about to hit the 100 mark for practice. And we're seeing Nolan Mills as well. So our top 4 drivers really either over or at 100 laps, and then we're seeing Mark there over 100. Brendan Decker's at 93. So we're seeing these laps get logged in. See Justin Lind back out on track. got the truck underneath him a little bit better now. Maybe. I spoke too soon. Into the barrier he goes. Mark Outlet has found some speed. He's definitely picked up his fastest lap time from where we started. Still sitting P10 on the board. There's more speed there. Mark is just trying to be as cautious and keep the truck underneath him, not trying to really push or overdrive the truck. So he's a few tenths behind the rest of the field right now, but it's just practice. And if I know anybody that can keep the fenders on their truck all night, Mark would definitely be one of those drivers. Super careful with the car and tries to take care of it and be there at the end. So see the 84 passing on the high side here. Bros in the 48. He's currently P6 on the speed chart here. He's got 48 laps completed in practice so far. Trevor Benz in the National Guard 33 truck. Tough hit for the 33 into the wall there. Jared Van Sluten on track in the 43 in the Coors truck. Oh no! Loosey-goosey. I feel like I'm seeing it more on the bottom for these guys tonight when they're trying to run low and put more wheel into the truck, but I could be wrong on that. Seems like the middle line and the higher line has been more effective for trying to keep the truck straight on exit, but everybody has had trouble with these trucks wanting to spin out though. Our incident count for practice, mind you, we've been running for 50 minutes though, but still 302 incident points. So there's been a lot of incidents added up here. There's somebody blow a motor there. See the 16 kind of running high entry, middle and the center kind of turning down. was off there. 29 looks like he may be doing the same thing. Here with this 84 truck. Gets sideways there in front of the 84. He's had some really tough luck just trying to get on the track and make laps. Seems like the first couple laps he's always gotten the tires unhappy. Just got to be patient. Looks like Kyle Green is registered in for tonight's race. That'll give us 12 drivers. He makes it in. 43 doing the same thing. Oh, 15 into the wall, nowhere to go. Right on top of the 31, Brendan Decker. The 31 and the 80 got a little close there. See the rear end kicking out on the 31 on exit. These trucks are on edge tonight. Kyle Green has made it onto the track. 76 truck. Making his first laps. And loose on the second lap out of turn 2. Oh no, and there's more carnage. Oh! The 43 hard into the 76 there. He's going to jump right back out on track. We are under the 5-minute mark left to practice. It's time for an announcement. Let me get all my screens up so we can do that real quick. Radio check.
Roger that.
Check, check.
All right, guys, appreciate it. Just want to get the announcement out of the way here as we're under 5 minutes left to practice. Want to thank you all for coming to Bristol tonight in the trucks. This is round 20 of the season, round 2 of 3 of the round of 10 in the playoffs. We are scheduled for 200 laps here tonight. We're going to have stage breaks at the completion of lap 65 and the completion of lap 130. You do have 5 sets of tires in the pits, 1 fast repair. I want to thank you guys for coming tonight, and I wish everybody good luck. Hope you all have a great race, and let's have some fun. We're live in the booth, and we'll bring on a good show. Thank you, guys. And just as one more reminder, this is the dual pit road setup for Bristol, so the backstretch will not be necessary for any pit stops for any reason. So just use the front stretch under green flag and caution tonight.
I'm just happy we got a non-playoff driver that just entered so they can win.
All right, we got under 3 minutes left to practice before we get to qualifying. I'm going to step away for a moment. I will be right back. Oh my goodness, I just come back and here it is. The Eagle has snuck in. Kyle Heath is in the house. Things just got interesting. Practice is complete. And now we get ready for qualifying. So that'll give us 13 trucks in the field tonight, with the number 13 being the 13 that joined. How about that? All right, 10 minutes a session here for qualifying, 2 laps per driver, and then go whenever they want. Looks like Nolan's going to be the first one out on the bat. Hard to get them tires up to temperature for this. 14.59 on the first lap for Nolan. That's a pretty good lap comparing to practice. Looks like he may have gotten really close to the wall out of turn 2 there on his second lap. Let's see if he can make anything happen on this second one. 14.58. We've got Trevor Benz on track. He's on his first time lap right now. Gotta be real careful coming out of turn 4 not to upset those tires. 14.89, right up near the wall in his second lap in turn 1. Really trying to be careful with it. Don't want to get the truck unhappy. Hold her solid. Cross the line. Second lap of 14.84. Still P2. Mark Owlett, 16.46. Be his lap time. P3 currently. Looks like the 43 may have had contact on both of his laps. Just run his laps and no time on the board. So he's going to use this as some practice time, I think. Maybe not. All right, waiting to see who comes out next. Brendan Decker, the 31 truck, exits pit road. Another playoff driver. And he takes the green. Smooth 1 and 2, arced it up the hill. Does kind of the same there in 3. Keeps it up in the middle on exit of 4. First lap, 15.35. 1 and 2 looked a little bit better that time, maybe a little bit faster, trying to get a little bit more speed out of it as he tries to push through turn 4. Truck gets a little unhappy across the line. 14.97, P3. Next up is going to be Michael Kennedy in the 29 truck. He's coming to take the green this time by. Cross the line. P2, 14.68. See if he can make this second lap any faster. Lap 2, 14.59. Oh, so close to the pole. Really good lap time by the 29. Again, these playoff drivers giving it all they can here. Just double checking my marks here, and it looks like Justin Lind is manually disconnected. Alex Fuller is on track. He just took the green. All right, across the line, lap 1, 14.59 P2. It's getting tight up there at the top. He gets a little tight out of turn 2, really close to the wall. Tries to get the truck to rotate without spinning out of 4. Across the line, that lap looked good. Ah, not faster. P2 for Mr. Fuller. All right, so that is 6 drivers have qualified out of the 12 we have in the lobby. Last I checked. Bummer that Justin Lynn left. Hope everything's okay. He just rejoined the league today. He said he was wanting to race the trucks. And made it through practice, and that was it. So, as we await the next driver, we're at 4 minutes 20 seconds left to go in the session. Looks like we may have found our next one, Todd Smith. It's in the truck. There he goes. He rolls off. See what old Mr. Highside can do here. All right, green flag, lap 1. Running that middle. Good exit out of 2. Didn't look unhappy. Really got to be careful with it, with how loose these things have been on cold tires. There he is, gets loose out of 4. That's going to ruin his first lap and his second lap a little bit, as he ran a 14.68, and that's it. Knew that second lap wasn't going to go anywhere, so he bends it on the backstretch into turn 3. And here we go. That's 7 drivers down. We still got a few to go. Still waiting to see who is next on the list. Still got Edwin James, Andrew Groves, Kyle Green, Kyle Heath. We're under 3 minutes left in the session. Still waiting. 2.5 minutes. Andrew and Edwin pull off at about the same time. Todd's rolling out just to play around on a second lap. All right, Andrew takes the green. Good turn 1 and 2. Looks like he got a little loose there out of 2. Oh, hard loose. Into the wall. He's going to back it up and reset the pits. Edwin comes through 3 and 4 okay. Across the line. P7, 15.22 on his first lap. On his second lap, 14.73 slots him P5. All right, Andrew's on his one-time lap now. Get to burn. Oh, and he hit the wall. Oh. Bent it on both tries, so that's going to be no go for Mr. Groves. And that leaves us a minute left in qualifying for Kyle Green and Kyle Heath. Todd's out there just making laps. Giving me something to follow along here. He's practicing pit road, it looks like. I guess the Kyles are gonna start in the back. All right, so that's gonna do it for qualifying. Wait for the room to reset here, and then we will get lined up and ready to race. There we go. All right, Todd Smith's gonna be the first one we see on track. There's a few more loading in. Let's pull up the grid. Tonight's lineup, short and sweet. Nolan and Alex on the front row. Michael and Todd, row 2. Edwin and Trevor, row 3. Brendan and Mark, row 4. Kyle and Kyle, row 5. You have Andrew and Jareth on row 6. 12 drivers for tonight's race. Again, 200 laps is the distance. Stage brakes at 65 and 130. This guy's got 5 sets of tires in the pits, 1 fast repair. And I'm sure we'll see some of that tonight. My overlays broke again. Surprise. There we go. I think we're just waiting on Jareth to grid up here. He's the last one. Alright guys, again, thank you all for coming out tonight. Good luck, drivers. There's 12 of you on track tonight for 200 laps. Stage brakes at the completion of lap 65 and 130. Got 5 sets of tires in the pits, 1 fast repair. Have some fun, guys. Good luck. I feel like the start of this race, we're going to see these cold tires. We're going to see these trucks want to get sideways as they try to get the power down. It'll be really interesting to see kind of how everybody holds together on the start of this race. We're going to have some comers and goers with the 48, the 13, the 76 back here in the back. And you've got earlier this season at Bristol, winner starting on the outside of the front row, Alex Fuller in the 16 truck. Gonna try to defend that race title. All right, we made our 1 of 2 pace laps. Pace truck should drop down this time. Should be racing. Pace truck is down.
Green flag, green flag.
Green is out. Here we go. Nolan and Alex pretty even going into 1 here. Nolan gets the edge on the inside. Alex is going to have a run out of 2 on the high side, but Nolan gets up there and closes the door. There's single file. Further back, Michael Kennedy is in 3rd, Todd 4th, Trevor 5th, Edwin 6th. Andrew Groves already up to 7th as he gets by Brendan. You've got Jareth. It's like Kyle, Mark, and Kyle. There we go. Back up front, Nolan is off to a lead here. Just under a half a second, a few car lengths. See the gap that he already has. The top 3 have kind of pulled away from the rest of the field. Closest battles are back here for 4th, 5th. 6th, 7th. Andrew's gotten up to 6th place already. Good start for him. He's our biggest mover at +5 spots so far. Only 5 laps down. 6 now. They come across the line. This race will go fast if it stays green, that's for sure. These guys are running 14.8 second laps. Won't take long to complete this at 4 laps a minute. Seeing the field has spread out a good bit. Tight battles back here for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th though. And then back when you get to 8th, 9th, 10th. Still a tight battle there as Kyle Heath just kind of hanging back in 10th place. Not really pushing. Kyle Green even a little bit further back. He pulled down on the start and just kind of took it easy. So he's a half a lap behind the leader now. Mark Owlett is in 12th. And he is just over a straightaway ahead of the leader. So that is getting close already. And we're just 10 laps in. Nolan has the lead. Alex Fuller second. Michael Kennedy is in third. Trevor Benz has moved up to fourth. He's up 2 spots. Good start for Trevor. He's got the 66. Looking underneath him there. Todd's looking for fourth. They're side by side coming out of turn 4. Oh, little bit of wall maybe there from the 33. The 66 gets the position. Woo, the 33 look back underneath. Laps complete. We're on lap 15. 50 more laps till the end of stage. Guys have really started off super clean. Check back in up here up front. Nolan again with a half a second lead over Alex. He is closing in on the 80 of Mark Owlett here pretty quickly here. Going to put him a lap down. Right along in second place, Alex Fuller here. See as these leaders catch lap traffic, what they do and how they act. 46 is having issues.
Yellow. So what you got going on out there, bud?
Yellow's out. Let's go back and take a look at that. Looks like maybe he just got loose. Yep, there it goes. Locks it down.
They start going
Goes into the wall just a hair. Spins it around, and it wasn't until then that the yellow came out as the leaders were passing by. So currently that will put Edwin 1 lap down, but I don't know if he'll get lucky dog this time or I have to wait till the next caution maybe for that. We'll see. Tough break for him. Light damage, just a bump on the nose. I really don't see anything on the truck. But he did bump that inside wall, locked the tires up, so maybe scrubbed them just a little bit, got them a little hot, but the nose looks good on the truck, so I don't think there's any damage. Should be good to continue on. Like I said, he was the cause for the caution, so I doubt he will get a lucky dog for that. Tough break there for Edwin. As he pulls down, got to let everybody line up past him. All right, lights are off on the pace truck. Or am I? Oh no, they're on. They're just not lighting up very much. Okay. All right, now we're going to come to the one to go here this time. There we go. We'll double file them up. Re-rack them and stack them, boys. Restart on lap 23. Watch from the back of the 84 on this restart. 29 right up his bumper. Here we go. 84 with a good start. Gets clear of the 16. Doesn't have to worry about any side-by-side battles here. They're side-by-side behind him. 16 gets a good run to get single file on the outside line. 29 stays low but starts to slide up to get in between the 16 and 33, and he does. Good move by the 29 there. It's tough on the bottom, it really is. Now we see the 66 diving down there. Mr. Highside on the bottom. He is making it happen. Jump on board with the 66. Ooh, you see he got loose there.
If I hadn't let it float up there a little bit more, I'd have flipped it and I was spun it around.
Scrape into the wall. Sparks coming off the 33 as he gets tight on corner exit. The 66 has to let off a little bit. Kyle Heath down on the inside of the 66. Trying to get that bottom to work now. Looks like he gets clear of the 66. Close racing. Highside really trying to get that line to work. Really trying to carry it to get back to the side of the 13 so he can't come up the track and continue his corner exit. But with the 13 being clear, he can use all of the track on his way up on exit. So now he starts to clear himself and just get a couple tenths of a second. They're still close, a couple car lengths maybe. The run the 66 has on the high side out of the corner exit is so big, but that 13 is wrapping the bottom pretty well. Oh, bump into the wall for the 66 there. You see up front Nolan and Alex first, second, Michael in third. They're all in line there. Trevor in fourth, Kyle fifth, Todd sixth. Got Andrew in seventh here right behind them. Kyle Green just a little bit further back as we see the 31 is on pit road. I do not have a report of anything happening to him. Something happened. I'm not certain exactly. Looks like he got entangled with another truck. No caution, no incident warning, or nothing. He gets loose. The 43 tries to, into the wall, or the barriers. Oh man, I am really shocked that didn't throw a yellow on that. That's crazy. Tough break for Brendan. So that's going to put him a couple laps down, 3 laps down as he comes back on the track. Dang it. What a bummer for him, man. Dang it. Hate to see that early on in the race like this. So now he's got to try to claw his way back from 3 laps down. Edmund James is in the lucky dog slot currently. We're on lap 37. We got to get to the completion of 65 for the next stage break, or the next caution that is guaranteed. Could have a caution for cause, but I'm shocked that one wasn't. We just watched it replay. 33 still holding on in front of the 13 and the 66. Now that 13 is starting to get to his side here. It's going to get tighter and tighter. So it looks like 13 is right there to his door. Oh, they're so close together. Couldn't even see it on the screen from the roof cam. Woo! 33 right up next to the wall. The 13 gets clear. Doesn't come up all the way though. Knew that 33 was going to have a run. Did not shut the door on him. Doesn't this time either, but the 66 is trying to follow the 13 through. Now the 13 almost has no other choice but to come all the way up and has the room. 66 doesn't. A lot of respect these guys are showing each other here early in this race. 33 goes for a crossover on the 66. Nice move. Just, hey, you got by me. I'm going to try to get it back. It's really hard, though. It is so hard to pass. Yeah, he folds back up and gets in line. Trevor just couldn't get the power down to get back by Todd. So Todd up to 5th. Kyle Heath is up to 4th. Michael Kennedy in 3rd. Alex Fuller 2nd. Nolan Mills 1st. Right now, Nolan has led all 43 laps of the race. Pull back a little bit here from the tower cam. Just get an idea as we're closing in on 20 laps to go on the stage. They are catching Mark Owlett. Not that far ahead of the leaders, so then that's going to put it in a pickle for Edwin, who is the lucky dog recipient right now, but when Mark goes a lap down, that'll change. It'll be Mark until Edwin can catch him. Edwin is currently a straightaway ahead of Mark, so this could stretch things out to make it difficult.
Then I did the same thing the next corner.
Sounds like the guys are maybe making some contact with the wall. Got the fast repair and probably took tires because he is coming back through the field, so he's trying to get one of his 3 laps back the old-fashioned way, trying to catch the leaders. He's got a killer run. He backs off, getting too close to the 13 on the backstretch, but he has that opening there. He's going to go on the high side here. He should be able to make that pass with those fresher tires. Good exit out of the corner. And he's getting closer to the leader. Still got a couple seconds to make up to get there, though. We're on lap 50. Oh, no!
Around start finish line.
Tough break.
Caution.
Caution
Sorry,
is out.
caution.
Caution is out. Brendan Decker. Trying to catch his way back up through the field. The truck snaps on him. He tries to catch it. Nose first into the wall. Blow motor. That's going to be the night for him. Tough break. Yep, he is out for the night. He had used his fast repair earlier in that run when he made contact with the barrier. See the 29 and the 13 coming down pit road. Looks like the 48 and 43 as well. Take a look at this 29 truck, see what his call is here. Right side's going up. Getting tires on that side for sure. And left side going up as well. Kyle Heath has completed his stop. All right, Todd Smith, Edwin James down pit road this time. Again, Mark did get the, he got lapped right before that yellow came out, so he is still 1 lap down. Or, Mark got the lucky dog, so Edwin is still 1 lap down. Brendan is out of the race, 3 laps down, plus more. It's not updating for him right now, but he is, obviously more laps are coming tallied on him, unfortunately. All right, we are double file getting lined up here for this restart. We're going to have 10 laps left in the stage.
Green flag.
There we go, back to racing. Good restart for Nolan there. Gets clear of the 16 again. Ooh, 66 and 76 both into the wall back there out of 2. Good side-by-side racing here as we're really close together. 48 got right up to the back of the 33 there. 66 on the inside here, trying to get clear. Looks like he will coming out of the corner here. And does. Now the 48's going to try the same thing. Now here comes the 29. Tires matter. We've got a new leader though. The 13 with them fresh tires has the lead. Oh no! I couldn't tell who that was. I think it was Andrew. Alex maybe. Oh, it was Alex. Into the wall. See the damage on the right front of that truck. Back up front, Kyle Heath, Todd Smith, really close together here. Just making sure the timing and scoring is right. Yes, it is. We're good. 2 laps to go. Oh no, the 66! Gets it rolling. All right, coming around to complete the last lap of the stage. Oh my goodness. And we should have a caution.
Caution didn't come out, guys. It needs to come out.
Got you loud and clear. I don't know why you can't hear Earl. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, please go by.
Did not hear him call that caution. Need
He
you to
fell
check your
asleep
radio
up there.
connections. Check the one on your headset, on your headboard actually, on your left-hand side, on your headrest. 1, 2, 3, loud and clear. You got a good copy?
No, no
That's
sleeping. The app typed it and put it in chat, but it grayed it out. It did not take it for some reason. That is so weird. Alright, so had to get that fixed. I don't know why the app typed it, entered it, but it didn't.
Did I not know that off the inside wall?
It didn't look like it, like you tapped it though, but it didn't look like you lost it.
I thought I tapped it when I spun around.
Your stuff looks clean, Todd. You look all right.
Okay.
All right, so Kyle Heath wins stage 1. Andrew Groves gets 2nd. Michael Kennedy 3rd. Jareth 4th. Nolan 5th. Trevor 6th. Alex 7th. Kyle 8th. Mark 9th. Todd gets 10th out of the stage. Double file. Base truck's down. Time to go back racing. Kyle Heath gets a good start here. Gets clear of Mr. Kennedy. Three wide back here behind though. Woo. Back up front, Kyle Heath has the lead. Nolan Milnes wants it back. 84 to the outside of the 13 out of turn 2. Down the backstretch. Looks like he should take that position. And clear. All right, Nolan back up front. Kyle is 2nd. Kennedy to 3rd. Trevor Benz 4th. Todd Smith 5th. Kyle Green in 6th. Jareth in 7th. Alex Fuller is in 8th. Just going to double check my timing and scoring. So Alex Fuller had damage there. He did use his fast repair on that pit stop. So our winner from earlier the season in Bristol has had to use his fast repair before the completion of stage 1. So we'll see how that works out for him the rest of tonight. With that last caution, I'm just double checking. Yep, the 46 did get the lucky dog at the stage. So now we're back to 11 cars on the lead lap, 11 cars on the track. 31 and Brendan Decker. A couple incidents early in stage 1, and unfortunately, had used his fast repair before he had an incident with the wall and blew his motor and had to call it a night. So he's going to finish 12th tonight. And having that happen before any stage points could get earned or anything, it's going to relegate him a little bit lower down the field in the point standings, along with the other playoff driver that's not in the field tonight, Joseph Klein, unfortunately on the road, moving. So with him not here, those two drivers more than likely will be in the spots. Following along here, Trevor Benz has gotten up to 2nd by Kyle Heath, making some moves in that 33 truck. See Nolan able to hold on to that lead as we see Kyle Heath really making that bottom work. Super hard for, I have seen a couple other trucks making it happen, but overall most of the trucks are running that higher line. We see the 76, Kyle Green in 4th. He's moving up and he's running that bottom as well. Alex Fuller's gotten up to 5th. Again, just got to take care of the truck the rest of the night. So he's trying his darndest. Michael Kennedy is currently in 6th. Todd Smith is 7th, fighting with Jareth for 7th and 8th there. Edwin is running 9th now that he got that lap back. Andrew Groves back in 10th. I don't see anything that's happened to him. Maybe taking it easy on this run. Oh no, what happened? No, not again. 46. Not having good luck off of turn 2, it looks like. Oh. Same thing that happened to him in stage 1. A little harder hit on the nose this time and a little tap on the tail. Gets it turned around and gets going. He's still on the lead lap, but being hunted down now with a probably a slighted, yeah, you can see a little bit of bend in the back bumper. The nose is pushed in just a little bit. I'm sure that thing's not driving perfectly. As he lets the leader by.
Thank you.
Nolan's starting to stretch out that lead just about a second here over Trevor Benz in 2nd. And we see Alex Fuller starting to move through the field. He is up to 3rd. He's gotten by Kyle Green and Kyle Heath. Another position change as Andrew Groves has gotten up to 8th. He's gotten by Jareth. Looks like Edwin's having a hard time up into the wall. He's got damage on that truck. It's going to be really, really hard with the damage. Tough break for the 46 as he's trying to carry through on this playoff run as well. Nolan's up front. He's over a 2nd lead over Trevor now. He's stretching it out. Trevor has still got 1.7 seconds over Alex Fuller. Alex is slowly gaining, it looks like 1.6 now. Kyle Green has gotten by Kyle Heath for 4th. Just scraping the wall in turn 3.
Caution.
Caution's out. Oh no. Oh, that was a close call. We're going to have to go back and replay this. I think it happens in front of Alex here.
We can blow the pace bar.
33 gets loose. Oh, and
Sorry,
so does the 16.
This guy loose?
Netcode with
Hey,
the
start, finish
16. Oh! Oh, nowhere to go for the 46. He tried to slow up, but that was a hard hit. That's going to be tough on Alex here. Oh man, sideways, little netcode bump, and then he thinks about rolling down right here, and 46 right into the side. That is going to be so rough for the 16 as he used his fast repair earlier. Oh. Ah, man, tough break there for the 33 spinning, the 16 spinning behind him. They both spin coming out of 4, and then the 16 holds it, like locks it up, keeps it from moving. And then when he starts to roll, looks like the 46 was indecisive off of when he was rolling, if he was going down or up, and just a bad hit. So what we'll do is we will, while we have a moment, take a view from the roof cam. Slow things down just a little bit. 16 still just there in the middle, he starts to roll, but the 46 just started coming down a little bit, like he's going to try to drop below him if he was staying there, but tough break. Now we've got to get still to lap 130 for the end of the stage. Alright, so after some pit stops,
Green flag
has the lead. On the start here, gets clear of the 29 going into turn 1. 33 has a huge run up to the 29 on the backstretch, staying high. He's gonna push the 29 down the front stretch. Oh, 3 wide. Oh my goodness. Oh, the 13 is sideways. He catches it. And the 66 assumes the lead with the... Oh no, the 29 gets run into the back of the 33. We got truck spinning, wrecking.
Kind of walk me through a lap here, please.
Push me!
Bump, he gets loose, and then behind him the 13 locks up, trying to prevent. He gets sideways, and he stays right there on track. Oh.
Thank you. What the hell?
I gotta let the pace car by.
Wow. I don't know what to say about all of this. This has been crazy. 33 tries to get out but does not in time, so he will have to line up where he lines up. The 46 gets the lucky dog, it looks like, as he's going to get around. Trevor's going to fall a lap down here. Looks like he was able to burn his fast repair. This has been crazy. We got 12 guys, 11 guys on track, and we are going, that was only 10 guys on track, and we're having that happen. Woo! Alright, 46 is coming down pit road. He has used his fast repair. Check in with him while he's making his pit stop. Alright, everybody, yep, we're going to come to one to go this time before the green. I am, wow. And right now, currently, Alex Fuller 8 laps down. after getting some repairs to his truck. And Kyle is going to get by here. Wave around for Kyle as he helped push the 33 onto pit road.
Green flag, green flag.
Green is out. Todd Smith is our leader currently on that restart. He gets clear. Here comes Nolan in the 84 though. Been fast all night. He looks to the inside of the 66 coming out of turn 4. Run that bottom again. .66 making that high line work as he fends off the challenge from the 84 currently, but the 84 is now going to move up a little bit. Run that close to the same line, a little bit lower just to have clean air on the nose. Really good drive off exit for the 84. 66 just running that high line to keep it pinched down to where the 84 can't exit fully, and I feel like if the 84 had all the track for corner exit, he probably is faster when we get by. Now he closes in. Oh no! Contact! Contact! We got a spinner.
How you doing there, homeboy?
33 was on pit road at this time. I didn't even notice that.
Damn, pace car getting sideways.
So that one looked tough for the 29. I think saw what was happening in front of him, and he goes to lock it up. All right, so another yellow come and gone. Trevor Benz 3 laps down with that green flag pit stop. I'm not certain what he was doing there. It's just for repairs.
I need somebody to say what just happened because I have no idea.
It's Bristol, baby.
That ain't Bristol when you're on the high side and get run over and trashed. My whole truck's killed now.
Oh, I was playing. I don't know what happened. I'm a couple laps down.
It was just a hard race. It looks like both y'all got a little sideways and into each other. He conceded this position back to you, though, so that's heads up by him.
I never got sideways. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, we got into each other. I thought you came down earlier than I expected, but I might have squeezed you up higher. I just have to see a replay. I really don't know.
Guys are talking
Yeah,
about
the way it felt to me was like he got loose and crashed up
Give him
into me.
that
So maybe it was, I don't know. We need to go back and check it out later. But my front end's killed. I may spin out or something. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not pitting.
They're coming into corner entry. I mean, the 66 comes down a bit, though. I mean, but I mean, we got to go back another lap to see what they were.
SS wheel damage and damage to the back.
Yeah.
The damage on the back is pretty significant, but I don't see a lot of damage on the front.
Yeah, the 84 was pushing tight for late entry.
I think a baseball got hit with somebody's windshield.
Thank you,
Hard
guys.
racing, and they both made contact with each other. That's a tough break for the 66. He said he's not pitting. He said he's damaged, not pitting. We got 7 laps to go in the stage when we restart here.
Green flag.
follow this along here. I just got to keep an eye on my timing and scoring to make sure the yellow gets thrown correctly, so I apologize for having things up on the screen, but I want to make sure everything works right this time. 66, 48, 84, all together again. Oh, the 48, heck of a save by Andrew. Wow. All right, so now we're just waiting for the completion of lap 130. Oh no, the 84.
Caution,
Oh,
caution.
sideways, sideways, sideways.
Forward drive there towards
Watch
the end
out.
of that little run we just did.
All right, guys, this will be the end of stage. Do not pit until after we complete lap 130, though. Do not pit this time by.
Todd, how the hell did you hang on to that thing?
They lied, Bubba.
I don't know. It was driving like shit, but I had to do what I had to do to try to get that win for that stage. I appreciate y'all racing as clean as y'all did.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
When can we pit?
Pits are open this time. Pits will be open this time. We just completed lap 130.
Is this the stage?
Yes, yes, this is stage 130. We just completed it. Pits are open this time. Stage 2 is complete. Hopefully I came through there. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that was the end of stage. Stage 2 is complete.
I've had some crazy saves, though.
3 minutes optional.
Whew, this has been some crazy racing.
Good race off pit road, Green.
Another shout out in the chat from Chrissy for Andrew. Robert and Chrissy have commented in the chat. Appreciate your support. And Andrew's trying. He's up to P3 right now. He's had a couple crazy saves tonight. But he's got that 48 truck in position and still has a fast repair in the bag if he needs it for this final stage to try to get a race win tonight. Looks like the 43 is pitting from 5th place. And the 16 is back on pit road getting maybe some more repairs done to that truck. Trevor's currently 2 laps down. And we are going to have a restart here. All right, Todd Smith with the lead in the restart zone.
Green flag.
And we're off. Stage 3 has begun. Andrew Groves, Michael Kennedy side by side for 3rd. Andrew looks underneath. Oh, he cleared him, I think. Yep. Oh no, the 76 sideways.
Caution is out. What can we do to try to help it if we do get another restart?
That was rough. Let's go back and take a look at that one. That was a long spin. He was sideways for a good long bit. Gets loose, and then snaps back right in front of the 46. Oh, the 33 hard into the inside wall. Oh, man. This is a can't catch a break 200 at Bristol tonight. Kill or be killed. It has been a rough one. So current rundown. Not sure why it's doing this. There we go. Alright, so current rundown. Todd Smith in the lead. Andrew
Everyone
Rose
looks like
second.
it right front was in the waffle press too long.
Michael Kennedy third. Nolan Mills fourth. Edwin James fifth.
Yeah, definitely some goddamn burnt waffles tonight.
Golly, sixth. Mark Allen at seventh. Looks like Edwin's coming down pit road after that comment. The Waffle House truck has had a rough one tonight. Edwin, Jareth, Alex on pit road, Trevor, even after that contact, he's made a stop, but he's back out on track, didn't lose a lap.
Why you whispering?
Because I'm in the living room and my little girl, my old lady's just trying to sleep.
Guys, we're gonna be quiet for calling, okay?
Yeah, I'm being kind of quiet too because it's a school night, finally.
Yep, school's back in.
That's all right. I ain't being quiet for nobody tonight in the booth. I am going to scream loud at the top of my lungs.
Shh.
Don't shush me. All right, time for another restart, which means we're on our way to another caution possibly. The 66-48 on the front row. Pace truck's down.
Green flag.
Green is out. Here we go. Close quarters for the 29 and 84 side by side for third. 48 into the outside wall out of 2. Just a little tap though. Starts looking to the inside of the 66 here for the lead. 66 into the wall. 48's going to get the lead. Here comes the 29 as well underneath Todd. Todd loses the lead to Andrew. Andrew is the leader. Michael Kennedy battling for second. Really, really tight battle between these guys. Michael's up. Oh no, Todd!
Whee!
Caution, caution, caution.
Oh no, Nolan.
Any comments there, bud?
Oh no!
Nolan, thank you. Oh my God.
His car turn 3.
You might not understand, but thank you.
Lose for the 66, turns it back up, keeps off the 29, but the 84 really has nowhere to go in that. Tries to turn down, and then when he turns back up, it just gets loose. And then locks it down, and oh! Almost collects the 33.
Yeah, because it's damaged, dude.
It's also Bristol, baby.
Yeah, I spun out earlier, almost leading, no damage.
Y'all sure are keeping this interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah, we had a lot of leaders tonight.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, Andrew. Your fan club's chatted up in the chat and the YouTube here. You're doing a good job. Keep it up. But shh, be quiet.
Yeah, I missed the memo. We got a whisper tonight.
Yeah, Todd's wife is trying to sleep.
My dad. Her and my little girl. You gotta get up early.
Jason, tell my mom and dad I said hi.
You know what's crazy is that I have chat on so they can hear you. Say hi. All right, we're going to restart here. 51 laps to go. Bumper cars, bumper trucks, 9 trucks on the lead lap. Alex Fuller is left, so we've got 10 cars left in the field still. Trevor Benz 1 lap down, waiting for one more caution to get back on the lead lap. And here we go. 51 laps remain. Andrew Groves has the lead. 13, the Eagle Kyle Heath in P2, looking to come get it. Michael Kennedy in 3rd. Jareth Walker, Van Sluten, sorry, in 4th. Kyle Green in 5th. Nolan Mills in 6th. Edwin James is in 7th. Rough night for the 46 truck, but still hanging strong on the lead lap. Mark Owlett is in 9th. Todd Smith is taken 8th. Trevor Benz is in 10th. 1 lap down, about a half a lap, just over a half a lap behind the leaders right now as he came up pit road as things were going green. So he's just trying to stay that 1 lap down and be hopeful maybe one more caution to get him back on the lead lap so he can fight for some positions. I don't know if his truck is 100%, but we're going to see a tight battle here for the lead as Andrew up front being challenged by the 13 of Kyle Heath. Jareth Walker. Jareth on the outside of the 29. Oh, I think at 48
That was scary.
48 got snappy there too. I saw that in 2
How
different
dumb
places.
of me.
13 to the lead. 48 is going to have to try to fight it back to get to it. 29 and 76 side by side for 3rd and 4th. Looks like the 76. Ooh, he comes up, closes the door. Tight racing. Kyle has the lead, but not really pulling away. Andrew does have Kyle Green right behind him, though. The Kyles are moving to the front. Kyle Heath running that low line in the corner, really making it work. Hooking down near the the yellow line. Not right on it, but pretty close. Andrew running much higher up the track.
I've got wheel damage.
He's got wheel damage. So that makes sense. But he does have a fast repair, so if yellow comes out, he can get it fixed. But we are clicking the laps away now on this green flag run. Go back and forth between these two as they battle for second. Kyle Green clears Andrew for second. Got Kyle and Kyle up front. Andrew is in third. Michael Kennedy in fourth, Nolan is in fifth, Jared sixth, Edwin seventh, Todd eighth, Mark ninth, and Trevor's in 10th. One lap down, but still trying to fight for a yellow or something to happen, because if he can get back on the lead lap, he can definitely battle for some spots and gain some positions here. Andrew's got wheel damage. You definitely can see the effect it has on the truck. It's not wanting to rotate in the corner anymore. That right front tire is damaged from contact with the wall. And so now we've got Kyle Green putting pressure on Kyle Heath for the lead. And they both have been able to run the bottom. Looks like he might be able to get this. Gets loose down there on the bottom though. Now they switch spots. 13 to the bottom, 76 up top, and then cuts it down on exit. 76 has been patient.
I think we're under
caution is out. Here. Caution is out. That changes everything. Let's check in with the 43. Goes into 1. Turn 2. Loose, 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 loose. Locks it down. Facing the wrong way.
Let's go back stretch.
Spins it around and yellow comes out. Alright. Well, that should open this door for everybody to make a pit stop. That should get Trevor Benz back on the lead lap as well. Todd Smith stays out. The 43 stays out as well. Guys are staying on pit road, maybe some damage fixed. Or Kyle's taking a bathroom break. One or the other. Looks like the 43 may be coming down pit road this time. Andrew wins the race off pit road and did use his fast repair, so that damage he had is fixed. Trevor Benz gets out before the pace car comes around after getting the lucky dog back on the lead lap. All right, 10 cars on track, 10 cars on the lead lap. We're coming to 25 to go next time by, so we'll restart with 24 laps left in the race. And everybody on fresh tires other than Todd in the 66 was kind of taking care of his tires back there, running in the back a little bit. He last pitted on 147, and it wasn't a full 4-tire pit stop either. So he's been fast, so I don't know if the tire difference is going to be enough. But Todd is going to give it his all here to end this race. So we'll see what happens. Everybody doubles up. Front row is going to be Todd and Andrew. Second row is going to be Michael and Nolan. And you got Mark and Edwin in row 3. You have Jareth, then Kyle Green, Kyle Heath, and Trevor Benz, all on the inside line. Here goes nothing. That was our 10th caution. 8th for cause. We had 2 stage breaks. One of them was for cause. So we really had 1 stage break and for caution and 9 for cause tonight. You see the 66 get a good start, but not very well as the 48 comes around the outside. Here comes the 84 as well. Not sure what happened to the 66 there. Andrew to the lead. 23 laps to go. He has Nolan on his tail. See further back, Trevor Benz making moves, battling for 7th. Kyle Green. And oh no, Andrew's sideways. Nolan's into the back of him. Caution's out. Caution's out.
Really doing a great job, man.
Sorry for
We'll keep
touching
working
you.
on this thing for you.
I didn't see
How you
it.
doing inside there? You
Sorry,
okay?
Mark. Sorry, Mark. All good, buddy.
Oh, tough break again.
It looks okay.
That was crazy. Alright, so I think that puts Andrew out for the night. He has exited after that incident. Nolan got a 4X on that for contact, so I don't know how damaged his truck is. Let's take a look. Looks okay. Alright, so Nolan has the lead, Michael Kennedy in second, Edwin James. After the night he's had and the way that front of that truck is all kind of beat up, he is running third. Jareth fourth. Trevor, after being a lap down just a few laps ago, getting the lucky dog, he is P5. Kyle Green P6, Kyle Heath P7, Mark Owlett P8, and Todd Smith is in ninth. My assumption is that, I mean, he had to make a pit there because it obviously tires made a difference on that restart. So now he's got a couple lap fresher tires, but it's not a big difference compared to everybody
top
else.
10.
Yes, indeed.
We're going to call this to make it to the end for a guaranteed top 10 series. All right, well, double file again. We're going to restart with 17 laps to go. Nolan up front, Michael to his outside, Edwin and Jareth on row 2, Trevor and Kyle Green on row 3, Kyle Heath and Mark Owlett row 4, and Todd Smith on the inside row 5 all by himself. 9 trucks left in the field. Pace truck's going to drop down. And here we go. Nolan with a good start, really good start there to get clear. Edwin actually clears for second. Trevor is almost clear for third. That inside line, much better start than the outside line. Let's see, Edwin is clear, Trevor is not. Edwin clear up to second. Michael and Trevor battling hard for third. Really tight battle. Oh man, they're getting loose. Hold on to your trucks, guys. Just, oh no, Trevor's loose again. He's trying too hard, too much wheel into it. Got to give that truck time to settle. Oh no, the 13, the Eagle. Sideways. Backwards on the track.
Caution. Quickly tell me about your car if you can.
Wow. That one was close. Seeing way too many trucks just out of line. This has been nuts.
I shouldn't have threw that one.
You were backwards a good bit and not moving. I don't understand how iRacing didn't call it because you were on the racing surface, so it makes no sense to me. Alright, as we re-rack these one more time. 12th caution of the night. Crossing the line here, 11 to go. We're going to restart here. What, 9 laps remaining, I believe? Alright, double file them up again. We're going to restart with 9 laps to go. We've got the 84 and 29 on the front row. Row 2 is the 46 and 33. Row 3 should be the 76 and 66. And then the 80 and 13 on row 4. And then the 43, 76, giving a bit of a gap here. And here
Green
we go.
flag.
Another good start by the 84, gets him clear. '29's got 3 wide, the 33 and the 46. Oh my goodness. 33 on the outside, 46 on the inside, 3 wide. Whoa, they all make it. How did they do that? Holy cow. Woo. Alright, that 29 and 46 still side by side. We got another spinner. Caution is out. Mr. Van Sluten went for a slide through turn 4.
You gotta let the pace car by here.
Go back and watch this.
The pace car dirt slided.
Black marks and all.
Oh man, yeah, he tries to turn down a little bit and the truck just does not agree with it.
Anybody pitting?
All right, 1 to go till green. We are going to restart with 3 laps left. We do have green-white checkers if need be, but hopefully we can just see the end here. Nolan and Trevor are going to start on the front row. Michael and Edwin on row 2. Todd and Kyle row 3. And then Kyle Green and Mark Owlett row 4. Jarris will be restarting on the inside and 9th on row 5. Pace truck's going to turn down and we're going to get going here. Green is out.
Flag.
Oh no! Oh!
Caution, caution, caution.
I don't even know.
It's all on you, man. It's all on you. You make the call here.
I don't even know. They tried to go a little early. Maybe got a bump. Yep, bump from the 46. Gets to 33 all sideways. And now we go into overtime. And the radios are quiet. These guys are just ready to be done with it. I am a tough restart. These guys are trying to get the best restart they can of the night, and it doesn't work out. We're going to restart with 2 to go in our first official green-white checkered as we're going into overtime. Trucks coming down pit road here, the 33 and the 46. Heavy contact, even at slow speeds though, damage those trucks, so that's gonna change their nights just a little bit. Nolan still has this lead, but he's had to go restart after restart after restart. We only have 3 of these green-white checkers, so we are going to run out of restarts at some point here very soon. Zooming around to catch the field. So he got some more repairs done to his truck. And he will catch up just in time. Let's see if we can do this time, guys. First of 3 attempts at a green-white checkered.
Green flag.
Green is out. 84 gets a clear start. 29 and 66 side by side for second. They see the white flag. Next flag ends it. They come around. White flag has been seen. Trevor spun, but it's too late. 13 spun as well. It's the last lap of the race. Nolan is going to win it tonight. Congratulations to Nolan. Michael Kennedy second, Todd Smith third, Jared Van Sluten fourth, Kyle Green fifth, Edwin James sixth, Mark Owlette comes home seventh. Trevor Benz is going to come home eighth. Kyle Heath finishes ninth after spinning there, coming to one to go as well. He called it a night there. Tough break. That was a hard, long fought one there. You see the 84 celebrating.
Whew. Good top 5 there, Jared.
Thank you, sir. That was fun. I was trying not to get into you too bad so you could at least make it across the line. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're going to go back a little bit.
What lap was it, Todd? I want to look at it.
Right before the stage, I think, wasn't it?
All right, we're going to get some drivers in here, do some interviews. As soon as the gentlemen get down here to the room, to the booth.
119.
Right. Yeah, I turned just a little bit earlier than the...
Yeah, it just took me by surprise. I mean, I could have given you more space, and I felt you came down earlier, so it's just a racing deal in my opinion, but yeah.
Yeah, all good. Thank you, win.
Thanks, man. Glad you got a top 3 out of it. I'm sorry that happened, though. I mean, sucks, but...
Yeah, it was a rough night for me driving the same thing here, but it worked out.
You did an insane job to salvage that stage win or whatever. That was crazy. You won it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was driving the shit out of it.
Well, they're doing their own interview as we wait for Todd to come into the booth here. I don't think he's going to make it. We're waiting on Michael, too. Michael hasn't made it in, so he may have said, I'm calling it a night. I don't know yet. Now we give Todd a minute, and then we will get him pulled in here. Todd, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, man. What's going on?
What's up, brother, man? Congratulations on getting third place tonight after just a really tough night for you. Just bad luck and everything else coming your way. But you put up a heck of a fight tonight. Really showed the strengths to still be able, with the damage you had, to win that second stage. Heck of a job tonight. Tell us anything you could have done different there at the end. I know we had a lot of cautions there to kind of wind it down, so there was trucks flying left, right, and everywhere. But it seemed like you didn't take tires on that one pit stop that basically everybody did, and
Yeah.
you fell back real quick there, and then the caution came back out and you pitted and had to restart in the back. Is that kind of what changed it there? Is that you just didn't come down when they did?
Yeah, I was trying to distance myself. I have a tough time with these trucks here. Sometimes, I can't keep the right rear under it. As you could tell, I had run Kyle down early for the stage win and wrecked myself with like 2 to go by myself, kind of. But I just want to kind of distance myself and see what happened. And then, to see if I get some better luck. And I know there, at one time I had some damage, trying to hang on to see if I could finish with a top 5 or something, and spun to the outside. So I don't know what happened to Nolan there when I spun to the outside. And hopefully, did I hit him?
On the spin to the outside, you guys had the contact in 3 that one time, but other than that, on your spin, I don't think he hit you. I think, if anything, there might have been netcode involved in that.
All right, because I think I seen that he kind of got put back there with me or something. I don't know how that happened, but
he may have gotten a netcode or a hit or something off of that, and he decided to come back and pit. But I don't think there was contact on that one.
Right. Well, like in practice, I felt good. Then all of a sudden, I went off in a 3, and it would spin around on me. So the first stage, I was scared to drive it hard. I was just kind of trying to be easy with it, and still wound up getting in trouble some, backing off the wall a few times. Just there toward the end, though, probably past the first stage, I just needed some luck to go my way because I didn't feel like I could drive it hard more than 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, it seemed like it was super hard. It was like you guys were on eggshells with the throttle tonight, and the track itself would just reach out, and I saw so many trucks get loose mid-corner, like as soon as they were planning on putting power down, just coming out sideways, and so many just whip arounds real quick because there's just wasn't much for catching.
So easy.
Yeah. So it was definitely one of those attrition races where the truck wasn't into the track very well tonight, and it showed a lot tonight. We had I think it ended up being 13 cautions tonight.
I know like the leader wrecked a couple of times, I'm sure, because I think the 48, I think Andrew was leading when he spun.
Yep.
I was second that one time and had newer tires and spun out when I was behind Kyle. Made him kind of come up through there, I think. But
yeah, we had a lot of synchronized spinning too, because when somebody would see somebody spin, they'd go to hit the brakes and lock up, and the rear end would just come around, and you'd have synchronized spinning on the track. So it was it's a crazy one, man. I tried to keep up with everything that was going on, but man, it was nuts. That's for sure.
Contrary to my norm, I had rather run the bottom here tonight. And I tried that at the first, whatever, and did pretty good. Keep up with Kyle, because I was trying to base my run on the bottom with him. And I could keep up with him for the most part, but I could get so much, loose so much quicker on the bottom. So I started moving to the top. I could run farther without getting loose. But it's like in the rev limiter so much down the front, or down the back, down the straightaway. But I got it rolling pretty good. I'm glad Nolan got a pretty good finish there. Who wound up being second? Kennedy was
Michael,
Kennedy.
Yeah, Michael got second.
Yeah, good run for him. I don't know what happened with Trevor on the restart there. Maybe he spun the tires. Maybe somebody hit him.
Yeah,
I don't know, but he was coming toward me, and I was pucker.
He went to roll forward, thinking that was it Nolan or? Nolan was getting ready to go, and he had to back off because he was in front of him, and the 46 anticipated that it was time to go and hit him in the right rear as soon as it was time to go, and that got Trevor sideways really quick. So that was a scary one because that was in front of the field. That one was nuts.
Oh, man.
Tough break. It was just everybody trying to make the restart because the leader was always getting out, by a car length or 2 car lengths. There's only one restart tonight where really the front row stayed side by side. And so I could see Trevor and even the guys, in the second row just trying to make that timing just right. I think Edwin and Trevor just mistimed it just a bit. And they got Trevor sideways. And at that point, that truck was just spinning tires and going all over the place.
Yeah, because I think I tried to time it like a 1 or 2 before that and actually thought I jacked him up. But I got into Trevor a little bit there too, but yeah, you got to try to anticipate it because if not, they take off.
Yep. It's so hard if that leader gets that good start. I mean, they're gone, by a few car lengths, and then you're fighting whoever else is on the inside row that's starting behind them because they anticipated it well enough to at least get beside, for second. So it was tough. It was with all those restarts and then knowing that the trucks are on edge. There was a lot of wheels going back and forth tonight. I'm sure everybody will get rest good tonight after a race like that because it was hair raising throughout the night. I mean, I think the first stage was our cleanest stage of the night, and I think it was 2 cautions. But of course, as the night goes on, it gets crazier, and we got to see it. That's for sure. I thought this track would rubber up and hopefully grip up, and it doesn't look like it did at all. Really, it did. It just seemed like it stayed.
It never felt
on edge
different
all night.
Yep, stayed the same all night, bro.
So, but still a great job getting P3 out of it. That's a good points day for you, and should put you in still a comfortable position leading into New Hampshire next week.
Yeah, I hope
to
so.
wrap up this round of 10. So, great finish by you, and we'll see you next week back on track. Before we let you go, anybody want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Just like always, just everybody here. Appreciate you broadcasting the trucks when you can.
Absolutely, man.
It was, like I said, it was a wild one. So I'm just glad to be able to come do it.
Hopefully, we can go to New Hampshire next week and not relive anything from our nightmare in the next gen cars from that season. Hopefully, we get a reprieve at New Hampshire next week.
Yeah, I hope
can
so.
Have a good race, but yeah, man, we'll catch up with you next week, next Sunday night at New Hampshire. All right, brother.
Sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
All right, you have a good night.
Yep.
All right, that's Todd Smith. Let's get Mr. Kennedy up here. P2 tonight. Michael, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, man, I got you.
Hey, brother, man. Heck of a run tonight. Everybody going every which way tonight. It was crazy. You and Todd kind of held the fort with the low incident count. You both ended up with 8 incident points for the night, so you were dodging stuff left and right. Staying out of trouble the best you can. Come home P2 to finish the race. Good finish for you tonight. That's going to help with the points and everything. Anything you could have done different there at the end to get Nolan for the win?
I needed it just to stay green, but I knew with a green-white checker, I said they once he got that launch out there, they wasn't no catching him. And I think I started outside, and the outside line was such a detriment on restarts. If you wasn't on the inside row, if you were second or fourth right there, you couldn't really get that launch to stay even, with the inside guys. So anyway, it was a wild night. I wasn't expecting it to be so crazy with the short field, but anyway, we survived it. Felt like I just drank 15 cups of coffee. I got the jitters and I'm shaking, and my dog's doing backflips and all kind of crazy stuff's going on.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I thought it was going to be pretty smooth. It was pretty, smooth going in stage 1. It looked like, okay, the trouble's going to stay away. We're going to have a smooth Bristol, and then the faucet of cautions happens, and then we get to the end, and we just have caution after caution after caution, and restarts, and really it did come down to where that inside line and that leader getting a good jump, and usually whoever started third would get beside second place going into 1, and it always seemed like that outside line was really a tough chance to try to keep position or to even battle for a position just right off the bat. So we saw that a lot with the restarts. A lot of chaos, trucks going left, right, spinning out, getting loose all over the place. But come home and get a podium, get a second place. That shows great job avoiding a lot of the mayhem that was in front of you and around you tonight. And it takes a lot to be able to kind of come away, even with a little bit of luck on your side. It still makes for a great night.
Said last Sunday, if you could just get in here and survive it and just miss the wrecks, that's really all you can do. And I just wanted to come out of here with a top 3. That's what my goal was, and I think I outfinished Nolan in the first and the second stage, so that may help me in the points. He did win. I think a couple of us faked him out in that first stage. Him and Alex stayed out, and I said, well, we'll go ahead and take tires and pit, and I think they didn't pit, so that kind of helped with stage points.
Right. Yeah.
But so and anyway, it was I think I had to miss a wreck, man. We had to slammer in first and gas it up, spun out anyway. But when Nolan and Todd got tangled up, but other than that, I didn't have to use the fast repair. So hell yeah, it was good.
Heck yeah, that's a good night. You get to keep that fast repair. You were the only driver that finished. Actually, there was only 2 drivers that never used one all night, and that was you and Kyle Heath. And Kyle spun coming to the white flag and just reset the pits to just get out of the way. But I mean, that's it. You're really it for any driver that finished the race with that had a fast repair in the bag. So that's a good night right there on its own. So I would call that an achievement too. But yeah, heck of a run tonight.
But it was weird though. I noticed during that, I think it was whatever stage we went the longest on.
Yeah.
1 or 2. It like if you ran the top, for me it just really tore the right rear up. I mean, and then at the end of about 30 laps, I was just hanging on, and then I just committed to the bottom after that as much as I could. It felt like it kept the tire temperature down. Far as what I was working with, but I wish I could have had about 6 or 7 more laps, see what I could do with Nolan, but we'll take second and move on.
Well, we just did an update to the point standings. You are P4, 5 points out of the lead, and Todd has the lead by 1 point over Nolan, 2 points over Andrew, and 5 points over you. So the top 4 is surrounded by 5 points. Fifth is Alex. He's 25 back of the lead, so he's 20 back of you. So we're seeing a gap now from the top 4. And then back at the cut line, it is tight. Joseph missed the race, so he dropped straight to 10th. Brendan Decker had issues early on, so that's 9th and 10th. Brendan's 9th. Joseph is 10th, but Trevor is on the cut line, on the bubble in 8th. And he only has 1 point over Brendan, and he only has 3 points over Joseph. So there is still plenty for them. Hopefully Joseph can get moved in and have his rig up for next week, because that'll be a heck of a battle for the cut line for sure. Because that's still really close. So, and it's that same way really all the way to 6th. Edwin is at 6 points above the cut line in 6th. So it's going to be super close from 6th to 10th, battling for those 3 spots to get in the top 8. So, but yeah, you guys are with good runs here. You know, the top 4 now kind of being a little bit more spread out from the rest of the pack. So that's good going into New Hampshire. A little bit of padding in the points should help out a little bit.
I could tell it was aggressive tonight. I think, which it was Bristol, but you could tell everybody was ramped up to try and get a good finish. I think that was maybe why the caution was so many cautions there at the end.
Yeah, it's hard not to be aggressive when you've made it to the near the end of the race and you know that you've got a chance. Small field, you can restart 10th with fresh tires and maybe Mitch, 5 laps, I can get up there and win. So you got to give it all you got, and that's what we saw. Every single restart, everybody giving it all they could. It was fun racing. It was great to watch and call. It was entertaining for the smaller size field. It really was. There were some really good battles and good racing tonight. The way the trucks drove and how they were kind of on the loose side was a little bit hairier than what I thought it would be. But overall, it still provided a pretty good race for us tonight. So it was fun to watch.
I'll move on to Hampshire and try and get a good finish there.
That's right.
That's the goal now.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Just got to keep trucking, man. You're doing a great job. It's fun to watch. Before we let you go, anybody want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
You tonight for keeping the league going, keeping it going, and just giving us a place to hang out and have fun. So we'll give it to you.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate you. And this is what it's all about, man. It's just having a place where we can get together, race, have a good time, and it's fun to get to do some broadcasting and call the races too. So I enjoy that, and it's a fun part of it. So again, congratulations on P2 tonight and being P4 in the standings. That's a good place to be going into New Hampshire, and we'll see you next week. Okay, buddy?
See you next Sunday.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, let's get Nolan in here. All right, Nolan, it's finally your turn. It's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
You got me?
Yep, I got you, buddy. How you doing?
There we go. Hey, good.
Congratulations. Nice job getting that
Thank
win. You had to do a few restarts to lock that one in tonight. It turned a little crazy with 20 to go tonight, but you held strong and you did a great job getting that win tonight. You had a fast truck all night. You really did. That 84 was quick. What would, I guess, through this whole race, what was the toughest part you had tonight? Was it with the battling with Todd, where you guys had the contact there near the end of the second stage, or what was the most difficult part of tonight's race?
Well, by far the biggest thing that issue I dealt with tonight was myself, and what I mean by that is I left a lot of points on the table. I'm really thankful that I got a win out of it. It just worked out that way. But so the reason I stayed out and Alex subsequently stayed out is because I thought that the stage ended on lap 60, not 65. So that was a big one. Because I think Kyle passed me and I would have finished second, right? I think. And I was like, okay, I can deal with that. But I realized it too late. I mean, I realized it once we were taking the green or whatever.
Right.
Or I think a couple laps into it, Alex was like, no, it ends on 65. I'm like, oh no. Because I calculated. I said, if it's because I think we were restarting with like lap 53 or something. I was like, if we restarted lap 50, I would take tires. But because it's like 53 or 54, I think I can hold them off.
Right,
and sure enough, it would have worked.
7-lap run, right? You're thinking just the timing of the run.
Yeah.
Yep.
That extra 5 laps was brutal. So that was bad. So I left points on the table there, and then I was in second place to Todd. And then I self-spun trying to get aggressive. I was like, I think I can get one more run at him, and I put the power down, and I just lost it, like a lot of guys did tonight. It was on edge, and I felt like I could handle it. And if I had just, if obviously in hindsight, it's like, dude, just chill out and take P2. Not that I was like trying to get aggressive, but I was just like, well, let me just try my hardest. I was just trying to race at the limit. I should have raced under the limit, and just been happy with P2 for stage 2, and instead I finished like 7th or 8th or something. So I left a lot of points out there.
Yep.
Really disappointed and frustrated in that sense. I mean, I'm grateful for the win. I feel bad for Alex because he did the same thing as me, basically following my lead and my logic. And I mean, then he just got the butt end of the situation because he ended up back in the pack and got in accidents, and his night was over because of it.
Right.
So I really got lucky. It was really unfortunate. So I'm really thankful for the win. It's funny, I had so many things on my mind. The restarts were insane there at the end, like you said. And I heard Michael's interview, and he was talking about how he's shaking. Me too, dude. I didn't realize it until that caution came out for Kyle, and I lifted, right? Like I lifted my foot off the throttle, and like I could feel my foot shaking, tapping the throttle. I was like, whoa! Like I'm not, like I don't even think I'm nervous. I don't really like get nervous, and I don't feel that way. But I was like, what is going on? And this is an intense race, dude. Ever since the end of stage 1, I just feel like it wasn't even just like the last 10 laps. It was every moment from stage 2 onward. It was just intense for everybody. Just constant action, crazy. So I mean, I really didn't even get a chance to think about the win. I was happy I won, but obviously I had to figure out the situation with Todd because I was like, withholding my judgment until I looked at the replay, and we both looked at it, and I think we both decided it was just a racing deal. It came down. I could have given more space, that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm glad his night wasn't over. And also, I saw in his interview, he said, like, did I get damaged or something? I ended up hitting the wall, and I actually had radiator damage. So at one point, I had front end damage, and I was slow. I was riding around in 6th or 7th place, and I just couldn't go. And then I looked down, and like my water temp's in the red.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, oh shoot! Like, so I had to back off. So as slow as I was, I had to go even slower. I took my fast repair because I was like, I don't know how much of the 2 minutes I had left I needed to get to fix that. So I'm like, I'm just gonna take. So I'm like, I just got to take the fast repair. So thankfully, it all worked out, and yeah. Whew. long-winded explanation, but there was
Right.
a lot packed into that
There was a
freaking race,
lot.
man.
There was a lot in that. You could tell the first stage was
Jeez.
calm, and then the storm, just like you said, stage 2 on, there was a storm. Everybody was on edge. The trucks were on edge, and it didn't take much to just have a slight mistake just spin somebody around, and so then you're trying to dodge cars, trucks that are spinning out under what I would call normal circumstances. This was uncharacteristic of Bristol as a whole, really. I mean, it's always can be a little on edge, but these trucks were super on edge tonight. I really thought there'd be more grip coming into it, and it never did.
Yeah, it was sketchy. I will say, I figured at least I made one good decision tonight. I don't think this isn't why I won, because ultimately, you'll understand when I explain it. After stage 1, I realized I had enough fuel basically to make it to stage 2. I added an extra gallon, but I was like, man, I do not want a full tank of fuel. And that solved all of my issues. I was really fast after that, and I did not really get loose, except when I overdrove for Todd.
Right,
but,
right.
but other than that, like, I wasn't like dealing with it in the long run. Whereas that first stage, dude, I was so loose. I think Alex probably could have got me if that caution didn't come out. Like, he was there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, it should have been his race. I mean, I said it last week. I was like, he's going to be the one to beat. He really would have been one to beat, I think.
Yeah, he had the speed. He got caught up in a lot of bad luck, and like you said, the way the strategy and everything kind of played out for you guys early, he got put in a really bad spot to where, for every person that has a lucky moment, there's always somebody that has an unlucky moment. It always works out that way, and he had some tough breaks tonight because that was
so many close calls.
Yeah, just a tough way to have a night go that he was really hopeful. And trying to prepare for. I mean, you put in the work, right? And so, it was a bummer to see him have that bad luck so early in the race, and then not be able to try to finish it and see it through. So, we did do an update on the points. Everything stays tight up front. Todd has a 1-point lead over you. You have a 1-point lead over Andrew in third, and Andrew has a 3-point lead over Michael in fourth. So the top 4 are all within 5 points, and Alex is in fifth, and he is 25 off the lead of Todd. And then it's a little bit bigger gap back to sixth. Edwin is 40 off the lead, but Mark is only 1 point behind him, and he's in seventh. Trevor's only 5 points behind Mark in eighth, and then ninth and 10th are right there. Brendan is 1 point behind Trevor for the bubble, and then Joseph, missing a whole race, is only 3 points out of the bubble from Trevor. So if Joseph can get moved and get his rig up for next week, he has still a really good chance of trying to advance to the round of 8. So still super tight battles to be had, but we definitely have that separation now from the top 4, so to speak, to the rest of the field after 2 races.
I really wish I would have maximized my points, because we get to go to New Hampshire next week, where I'm sure, because it's a flat short track, Todd's just going to lap everybody. Probably finish like 5th. If I'm being interviewed next week, that's a win for me.
Well, hey, you know what? Anything's possible. So it's New Hampshire. As long as we don't have a next-gen replica of it, we're good. So fingers crossed that everything can go smoother next week with the trucks at New Hampshire, because we haven't gone back to that track since the next-gen cars. So
it won't be like that. I think it'll be more like IRP or
Yeah.
Richmond. There might be some, but I don't think it'll be that bad.
I don't
It's not
think
like
it
the
will
next
be
gens.
either. Yeah, it's a different beast all on its own, so it should be fun and it should be a good race. But you're in the right spot in the points to have a bit of a buffer, to not have to worry about falling back, but you still want to be able to make sure you can ensure that. So some good stage points next week will take care of that early on, and then you don't have to really stress as much. So
Yeah.
But heck of a win, man. Congratulations. That is, and what I'm seeing here on the record, this is your first win this season in the truck. So it took us 20 weeks, but we got there. So congratulations on your first truck win with First Gear Racing. Well done. I know you won the truck dirt race. It wasn't a point race,
right.
but
that.
nonetheless, for a points race is a good time to get hot, and the playoffs are where it's at. So We're seeing that now, and you've been on point here the second half of the season really well. So even with the loss of some stage points tonight, coming home with the win, and then still just 1 point out of the points lead, which again only means so much because after next week it'll all get reset again, and we'll all be super close again. So,
Yep.
but like I said, I think you guys are in a good spot there in the top 4, and it has shown with your finishes the past 2 weeks. So. Great job. Before we let you go for the night, I'm going to give you the floor. Anybody want to give a shout out to or a thanks to?
Everybody in the league, man. Just because, just thinking about it, that's my 3rd points win in this league. And I, humbly say I do get in the top 5, top 3, and I lead laps sometimes. It's like, I'm up there. I feel like I'm among the competitive people, and yet I only have 3 points wins. I think because I think I have a Gen 6 at Daytona and California, what's it called? Auto Club. And that's it. And then this, and it's like, dude, it's so hard to win here. And that just goes to show how competitive it is. Obviously, you see it tonight. Like, it was competitive. A number of drivers could have won tonight. Alex, freaking 2 Kyles, Michael, just everybody. Trevor, literally like 8 or 9 guys easily could have won depending on the situation. So the fact that I won is that's relieving. So
right,
shout out to everyone.
That's just what it comes down to. Is everybody seemed to have a shot at some point or could have. You know what I mean? Everybody had something to put up near the front, and it was super competitive. The strategies and how everything lined up. We saw comers and goers and stuff like that, but everybody really had the speed. It was just it was Bristol, and it was a little bit of looseness. So you once you were a little over aggressive, you saw kind of how it affected everybody, and everybody had some sort of kind of issue or something at some point tonight. It just happened to everybody. I was saying earlier in the interview with Michael is that for the guys that finished the race, I mean, Michael, Todd, and Mark were the only drivers that had 8 incident points, single digits. And no matter what kind of clean race you had, Michael was the only guy that finished the race that didn't have to use his fast repair. That's a reward in itself in a race like this, where cars are, if it wasn't you spinning out, it was somebody in front of you spinning out, and you had to avoid the person that was trying to avoid them, and they were spinning out. And you know what I mean? It was just one spin created 3 other incidents that everybody had to try to avoid, and it was a lot of close calls, but a lot of driver skill. I saw a lot of guys making really good moves to clear themselves out of a wreck or whatever, and then some getting really lucky. Like that one time I remember you spun and you were coming down turn 3 a little bit, and you were locked up on the brakes, and Trevor had to hit the apron, and he thanked you. He says, "You may not know this, but thank you," because he had, if you would have rolled another inch there, it would have been done. Like he couldn't slow down to stop, and there was somebody behind him that followed him through down there, and it was just like that. Sometimes you got to have that little bit of luck to make it to the end of these races. Certainly at a small track like this. And we definitely saw that tonight.
Dude, you couldn't look away for a second. Andrew, when he spun, I just thought, well, it's just me and him. I'm just gonna back off because I don't want to. Just didn't feel like spinning out underneath of him. So I was like, I'm just gonna put pressure on from behind. We went into the corner. I glanced at either my scoring. I think I glanced at my rear view, and then I looked back, and he was sideways in front of me, and I went, oh my god! Like, it literally just could have happened. It could have came out of anywhere. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. And I mean, that was him spinning from the lead. You just don't expect that, right? You're like, the leader, I'll just follow my own pace, doing my thing, looking at my marks, and next thing you know, here comes the truck in front of you, back at you really quick, and you're not expecting it. It's hard to be prepared for that.
It was crazy. I hit the brakes, but it was too late. Yeah, it was like, I literally had like less than a second to react from when I really could notice that he was sideways to when I could do anything, and it was too late.
Yep.
So. Crazy race.
That was nuts. It was fun to watch. There was definitely really no, like I said, the first stage was probably the most calmest point of the night. After that, it was game on, and it was a heck of a show. That's for sure. It was enjoyable to watch, enjoyable to call. Y'all put on a great race. It was fun, and like I said, you had to do it there at the end. The leader on the restarts definitely seemed to have the benefit. And you made them count every every restart. You know what I mean? You made it count every time, and that paid off for you at the end. Because even in that one caution where it was a restart that turned into a caution, Trevor got bumped by the 46 right at time for throttle. He was backing down because I think he was a little bit ahead of you, so he had to let off. And if
he gassed up, I heard him.
If you wouldn't have got a good start, I mean, you could have been in that. You know what I mean? Like, it could have changed really quick, and you got a good start, and you were clear of it. You were gone. So
yeah,
really good.
I believe I heard him. I told myself. I literally went. I could hear Trevor like under caution with 1 to go. I was like, he just got up here. He didn't see any of my previous restarts where I had gone pretty late. I was going to go earlier because I was like, well, everyone else is expecting me to go like 3/4. I'm going to go early. But then I was like, well, Trevor isn't seeing me. He's to my outside. So I was like, I'm going to go extra late this time because I know Trevor's itching to go. I can hear him gassing up, throttling. I'm like, all right. It's just like little psychological stuff, right? And I'm like, all right. So I'm just going to be real patient. In the zone, I heard him go.
Yep.
And then I heard his revs kind of like back off. And then I went, and I smashed it, you know, like probably like 90% in the zone.
Edwin smashed it, and Edwin saw you, like you and Edwin restarted at the same time, but the problem is Trevor wasn't there with y'all. He wasn't on the same track.
Trevor committed to trying to roll with me and get a good jump, and he over anticipated it. And then when he checked up, everyone else was hitting the other throttle or the other pedal. I mean.
Yep. Yes, sir. But that was a crazy restart because that could have gone many different ways. I was shocked that it didn't involve more trucks because it was front row. But
I was scared of him, man. I was like, Trevor's out there. I couldn't tell. I was like, is he on tires? I was like, dude, he might be coming to eat my lunch. I was scared of him, to be honest.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a nuts restart. But again, you made every single one of them count, and at the end of the day, you come home with the checkered flag, and maybe you'll do that again next week in New Hampshire.
It would be a shock and a pleasant surprise to me. So we'll see. If we're being interviewed here in 7 days, we'll talk about it because that'll be a win for me. So
right, amen. I understand. I know what you feel about that because I would feel the same way going to New Hampshire. Be like, yeah, I'll just take a top 10. I'm not gonna expect too much there. But certainly when you got guys like you said with Todd, he should be able to flat track it and really probably have a really good race. So as long as he stays out of his own way.
It'll be him, Andrew, Michael, Alex, and then me. It's my guess. Like those three will be in a tier above me, and then I think Todd will be in his own tier. That's my guess. And Trevor too. He's probably gonna be faster than me too.
Yep. Well, all right, man. Congratulations again on the win. We're gonna let you go for the night, but we'll see you back here next week at New Hampshire. All right, man.
All right, man.
All right. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, that was Nolan. And that's going to be it for us tonight. Heck of a race. Congratulations to Nolan on the win. Michael, Todd, top 3. Great racing. It was fun to watch. Thank you all for being there with me along for the ride. Again, our points are updated. Todd and Nolan, Andrew and Michael are our top 4, and it's only 5 points separating them. When we're looking at the playoff bubble, Trevor Benz is in the 8th spot right now, currently in, but he only has a 1-point lead over Brendan Decker in 9th, and then you only have 3 points between Trevor and Joseph, who's in 10th after missing tonight. So, Joseph, hopefully you can get that rig back together in Texas and be ready for next Sunday so you can have a chance to try to advance, because it should be a heck of a battle to watch these guys go to the end of that race battling to get into the next round of the playoffs. So thank you all again. Y'all have a great night. Have a great week. We'll see you here next Sunday for New Hampshire in the Truck Series. Have a good night.